All right, next demonstration is going to be photo manipulation assignment with image number 3. Now in this assignment, you're simply going to be using the spot healing tool to pretty much clean up all of the freckles on her face. She really doesn't have too many imperfections, but she does have quite a few freckles. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to make a copy of our image as we always do. Turn that off. Then I'm going to create a new layer. You have to have a new layer. I cannot stress this enough. You must work on a new layer. Make sure you have layer 1 selected and not background copy. So please make sure that this layer is highlighted. Once this layer is highlighted, you're going to come over here and you're going to select the spot healing tool. It's the first one. It looks like a little band-aid with a little dotted circle in the background. You're going to click the spot healing brush. You're going to come up here to the top and you're going to make sure sample all layers is selected. It should be normal, content aware, sample all layers. Then you're simply going to make your brush size smaller. You don't want to work too large. And then you're going to start getting rid of all her freckles. I find it's really easy just to click on each freckle. If you try and do it too quickly, sometimes it can mess things up and it looks a little blotchy. However, if you pretty much click on each individual freckle, you have less chance of messing it up. So basically, you're just going to go through and you're going to click. Don't make the brush too big, because if you're working too big, you're going to have mistakes. So the reason why we always work on a separate layer is if something goes wrong and you decide that the corrections that you've made are not the way you want to do them, or if the client has just decided that they don't want those corrections anymore. Let's say they decided they didn't want to get rid of the freckles, but they wanted all the other touch-ups you did. Instead of having to start all over, you can simply just turn off this layer. And it's a great way to see how much you've done. So you're going to go through and you're going to simply continue to click on as many freckles as you can. If you notice that it starts to look a little weird, undo the area that you just did and go back a few steps. If you can't go back that many steps, bring up your history panel, which you can find it under Windows and History. And this allows you to back up to where you want to stop at. It goes a lot further than Control Z. In Photoshop, Control Z only goes back 1 or 2 steps. So you really need your history panel. So you're just going to keep kind of selecting through here and cleaning this all up. I find it a lot of times works better if you just zoom in a little bit and work on one section of the face at a time, and you'll be good to go. So once you have pretty much all her freckles gone, go ahead and save this file to turn it in. Make sure you have your background copy and then the copy of the layer with all your changes on it. Make sure you have separate layers. And then go ahead and save it and turn it in.